Hello guys, part 4 for marine tracks, and I think it's final, but disclaimer, all track played before contest was closed, so there could be some small changes in all tracks, so please be aware, but I don't think it will be big changes, maybe some tweaks and maybe some new checkpoints to prevent people for cutting. And the first track is Beach Resort, which is pretty interesting track with some unexpected ideas. At least I never thought it or played. The only thing that I didn't like for this track is the length. So for 7 minutes you have 5-6 attempts, and for me the most painful thing was the last part where you need, after the 8 checkpoint, road to the finish, let's say this way, jump. And I try so many times, do it in different ways. I always crash, except the only one last attempt which you watch right now, and I lost will to manage to finish it. So it possibly it could be better and faster, but the main thing that it's almost at the end, so you spend full time and do the last element, last stunt, and you failed and you start over. So yeah, this is the only concern. If it was on the start, like this element, it would be much easier, that people have more attempts to try to learn how to do this trick. Aquium City, yet another really long track, which you can say, again, it's fine, but my preference, again, it's only my opinion, it's better to have less than a minute track and after time, just to have more attempts for people. Yes, I know people will be training, but for example, this track, like this 4-5 loop theme, I would say it's unnecessary. If you can do one loop, you can do 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, it's no matter. This next element that you can fly over the scene, it's cool. Again, everything that like create illusion that you're in the water are really cool feature. And the finish is great. It's hard. I needed to attempt to adapt to understand what you need to do, and if you know, with some effort you can do it like in 95%. Great final idea. Iron Lung. When I first launched this level, it crossed my mind that it's remind me the film, the really old film. It's like from 90s or 80s, where someone shrink like a submarine and insert into the body of the human, and they can like do really weird stuff there, like connect to their eyes and other stuff. So it was fun movie, and it's somehow associated with this track. The track itself, well, it have couple elements. It's not really hard. It's, I would say, normal track with decent amount of time to react on anything. Again, 1 minute 10, it's fine, but at least, again, it's not really hard. So I think even from like the first attempt, people could finish it. I don't see any reason why not. And the finish seems that you probably go from like back to front part of the body. So yeah, I will leave you with this thought here. Kraken Shipwreck, and yet another longer track, and yet again the physics is slightly different. I believe it's because of fan. It looks like you're into the water, so your all jumps are more softer, let's say, and longer. It's also defined your ability to move and steer. The most crucial element for me was like the first jump and the second, but then you realize that you basically could skip. Even if you miss, you can go back on the track. which is great, which give you opportunity to basically fail and recover without restarting, which is, for me, it's crucial for ZCL, where every point matters if you want to win, or be as highest position as possible. The last or penultimate element, where you need to move around the Kraken. I missed a couple of times this transparent part, so I found it from photo mode. After that, it wasn't really hard to do. Boat Eye Reef by Mao and Maki. I've been struggling on this track for jump on a second after the second checkpoint. It's really important to understand what your speed, because of that you also understand what do you need use arms up or not to do this jump. Like, I'm usually doing arms up because it helps. And the second jump is where I spend like the most of the time, from like 35 minutes, so you can easily calculate how many attempts I was doing. But again, it's my skill issue, it's not the track issue. And it means that you need more practicing on such type of tracks, because I never was enough in speed. Yet again, after that, all elements are pretty easy, so I would say this is track for like 2-element track, let's say 2 hard element. Again, this jump is really pro player element. The return of the cubic. I like and me style, where you use all these arrow guidelines that you could understand where you need to put your soul box and how you need to drive it. In most cases, it's like optimal lines, so you can trust it. I believe definitely, like, again, pro players will find much faster way to do it maybe, but for reference as a first time driving, or even in like ZCL, it's a good way to understand what you need to do and how you need to do it. Deep Dark. For the first time when I launched this track, I thought that this is painful track, because even the first element, it's weird loop inside the pipe and then the jump. And after this loop you need to maintain 120 speed, which again I tried so many times and I didn't manage it. But then, with a bit of luck, I found the way how you can do it, and you can watch it right now. It's hard, but listen, the trick is you do nothing. You do nothing, and it's allow you to pass this loop ideally with 120-130 speed. Second thing for this track that I really don't like, it's this sauce that could kill you. For me, it's problem for replayable of this track, because this RNG element, its position, totally depend on Unity, not on your skills. The Sea, I would say weird track. I understand that it's on purpose done like that. It's not really hard, as you can see. I've done it from the first my attempt. I've done it faster than after time. Yes, I've been a bit lucky, but I believe you even can do it sub 30. It's a matter of airtime and landing, so it's not hard track, it's just weird lines. Dead Reef. I've never been on a reef, so I can't say it's look really like this one, but it's really long track and really slow track. Finding the best path, finding a small margin in like turning is the initial way how you can do this track. It's not hard, it's just really slow and precise. Drive to the lake. Well guys, I have really mixed feeling for this track. First, when I tried a couple first attempts, it was really strange feeling because, well, there was not a lot of water and like really hard to say about theme of it, but then you try and moving further, you find that, oh, there's a lake. Wow, there's some physics of the water, which I really love. Oh, you left your lake and go outside doing something other stuff, not under the sea, but maybe later. And you know, it's done differently. There's like now a specific pathway you're moving on pond. And after the 7th checkpoint, I had the most crucial and hardest point for me. I was done it multiple times and always like smashing my soulbox on crossroad or under the sea. I was not enough speed. It made me hard times, but it was nice, I guess, to finally finish it on the last seconds. So yeah, long track with a couple really interesting ideas. Okay, and now we're in pain area, let's call it this way. There are 2 tracks that I never finished, and from one side is it part that I'm not so skillful enough, and another part that they're too RNG for me. The first one, personally, it was added in a contest as basically internal track as a file, Torment C, something like that. So I can play it only locally. I couldn't add it into, at least for now, I didn't add it as part of online session, just to not create multiple instances of the same track to make people think so. Right now, when I kind of create this list of all tracks, it's there, so we can play it multiple ways. But anyway, let's go continue in photo mode. So where I stop, this jump faster than 200, which ruin your soulbox steering. Then this block, I don't know, is it this rock is solid or transparent, but it's destroying your driving. Then you need to do like really long jump and precise jump, because if you failed, you miss it. Then upside down driving and another jump, arms up, all of that landing is really crucial for me. Doing U-turn, high speed into the finish. So it's really hard for me. Ugly green fish, for me it's completely RNG tracks because of Unity bounce. There are a lot of jump and I wasn't able to manage it to do it enough. But anyway, let's switch to photo mode. So the part where I've done it, then you need to do this transition into the road, then another jump with some transition, and you still need maintenance speed. Jump, and this trick where you need to jump up and do arms up and braking to basically fall down, and another trick where you need to maintain your speed, do half pipe, brake, and I think you need to fall down inside this pipe, again brake, and go inside the loop and into the finish. So for me it's pain, and I don't know. And the last map that were submitted, it was undersea, and yet yes, for me it was pain even though I finished it. Some parts for me was unnecessarily long. You can do it shorter and it won't affect any elements. First part is this whirlpool, which done by some fans, and it's way up to 200 speed, so you really crucial to go there and you lose control. Up to 200, it's really hard to control your soulbox. Then way long jump, which could be shorter because it's really don't affect. And then the road from this jump to next element, which definitely could be shorter. It's like 10 seconds of just driving with the same speed, because these elements that prevent you to crash your soulbox are limited your speed. And then, well, I would say really hard elements you just need to go. So for me, the whirlpool and the jump was much harder than all other elements of this track. But that's it. That's all tracks that people created for ZCL. I hope you're enjoying them all. I will leave links for all other my reviews somewhere on the screen. So if you didn't watch, please watch, and leave in the comments what track did you like, what you don't like, why you don't like them, why did you like them. And there will be a lot of different streams from different players for all of these tracks. So please join, play, and see you there. Bye!